Hello, hello, this is Gemini, your friendly neighborhood spy. Back again with another summoning video. It's been a little while. Today we are going to be summoning for both Rearmed Marianne and Ascended Dagr. Not Ascended, Aided Dagr, and I will get right into that. And I will talk about that more once I start summoning. So, let's hop right in. Alright, 2 reds, always a good way to start. It has been a while since the last time I did a summoning video. It's been the last time since I put out really any kind of video. I have been doing some summoning here and there. I just haven't really recorded it because it hasn't really been like anything new. Like I summoned on that banner that came out a few weeks ago that was a bunch of rearmed and attuned heroes. It had rearmed Lucina and attuned Nino, and I had insanely good luck on it. I actually pulled 3 attuned Ninos and 3 rearmed Lucinas before I even got to the Spark. So like I could not get over that. So now I've got a ton of both of them, which has been amazing for like fodder duplication and stuff. And I'm hoping to pick up some copies of Marianne today so that I can use her for some fodder duplication, because I have some really good stuff for like flying magic users that I just haven't passed on to anybody because like I want somebody that can actually like keep it so that I can keep building up that you know, all those special rearmed special inheritance stuff. It's just so worthwhile to have a few rearmed and attuned heroes that are like, you know, that you're building and that you're investing in. And I may be a little bit late to the party in that regard, but better late than never. So Nino and Lucina are my 2 big ones right now, but I'm also going to be working on Marianne, who I do like as a character, but I admit I'm mainly in this because, you know, her type as a flying tome user is just really good and gives me a lot of opportunities and options. And then, like, if I wasn't already tempted by that by itself, which that by itself was already tempting, like, getting the advanced version of Reposition is just like, wow. I always wondered if they would actually do it, if they would give us an upgraded Reposition. And I wasn't sure if I wanted them to do it or not. That's my green. Just move that over a little bit so it's a little more centered. There we go. I've pulled her a handful of times before. Like I was saying, I wasn't sure if I ever actually wanted them to give us an upgraded version of Reposition or not, because I would think to myself, you know, I use Reposition on almost all of my units because I don't care about things like arena scoring, so Reposition is just like the best way to go for pretty much most units that don't have like either a skill that works with like a rally skill or something like that, or for units that like don't have their own like special unique special skill, or healers, or you know what I mean, or dancers. Like there's obviously lots of exceptions, but for like your standard units, Reposition is generally like the way to go. And I have it on so many units, and I was always kind of thinking to myself, it'd be nice if I could make all my units that have Reposition just a little bit better somehow, but at the same time, do I really want to have to do like a ton of summoning to get a whole bunch of fodder for whatever the advanced version of Reposition would be? So I was always kind of back and forth on it. But regardless of how I feel about it, it's here today. So I am going to summon for it. I'm hoping I'll pick up at least a couple copies of Dagr. It's also an opportunity for me to summon on red, which I honestly very rarely summon on red. It's just most of my favorites end up being green for some reason. Even if they're not actually green. Like, canonically, like in their base game, they're not actually whatever weapon type would typically be green. They just end up being green. I call it the green curse. Which is fine, I don't have a problem summoning on green. It's just, my favorites are very rarely red, so I don't summon on it very often, and I am trying to get my last 2 merges that I need to plus 10 an ego. I think he's only been a focus hero once, and of course, when he was a focus hero, it was on the Tempest Trial banner over the summer, where he was sharing with Laszlo and Base Olivia. on that one summer banner, which was funny because he wasn't even on the summer banner. And yet he had 2 different versions of himself on the Tempest Trial banner. So it'd be amazing if I could pick up a couple copies of him today too. I just need 2 more. But regardless, we're at the very least gonna go to the Spark. I might even Spark twice. I'm so tempted because having a couple copies of Marianne would be so good. Getting a couple copies of Dagr would be so good. Obviously, if I Spark twice, I'm guaranteed to get at least 1 of each. I was gonna say, like, I hope I don't end up, like, with something else coming out that I want right after this and then regret summoning on this banner, but, you know, at the same time, I have the orbs to spare. We're probably gonna get a rerun of Spring Sylvain pretty soon. Might even be this month. I don't remember if there was a double special banner on this month's schedule, but there probably is. And I would think he'd be on that, and I'll probably end up summoning on that too. But, like I said, I've got the orbs to spare, so... I kind of decided that I'm allowed to be a little bit more lenient with my orb spending now that I just have this huge pile. And then because I've been getting all of these copies of rearmed and attuned characters recently, I've also been, like, doing a little bit more hero building recently, which has been fun. I actually just recently built Gonzalez. I always struggle with Binding Blade with things like limited battles and stuff like that. So I figured I needed to build up a Binding Blade hero for myself that was, like, accessible. And I had kind of given him a build, like, back when he came out. But it wasn't anything special, so then this time I gave him, like, a really nice build. Basically, he just has all of, I got a couple copies of Brave Alphonse, so I gave one to my rearmed Lucina, and then I gave all of that stuff to Gonzalez from her. So he's living large right now. Oh! What do you know? Harkin. That's one I definitely don't mind getting. I am Harkin, a knight of Foray. I am at your service. I keep thinking about what the next Blazing Blade banner will be. I am a huge fan of Blazing Blade, of course. And, like, I know what I want it to be, but I think I know what it's going to be. If I had to guess what the next Blazing Blade banner is going to have on it, my guess would be we're gonna get Marcus and Lowen as, like, the actual new heroes on the banner. And then I think we'll probably get new hero alts of Eliwood and Ninian. If I had to take a guess, that would be my guess. Maybe Rebecca instead of Ninian, but I don't know. That's definitely the way I'm leaning right now. It would kind of make sense to pair Rebecca with Dart whenever he gets added to the game, so who knows. What I would want would be something like more of an Ostia-themed banner with Oswin and Uther, and then we get new hero alts of Syrah and Matthew. Which that brings me to Matthew being on my summoning screen today. Instead of any of my targets, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm always summoning for Matthew. Like, he's gonna be the first one that gets reposition, that gets the best version of reposition. He's gonna be the first one that gets the aided charm thing that we get once I get one of those. Like, yes, he's technically not, like, I'm not summoning for copies of Matthew, but I'm always summoning for things for Matthew. Because he's my favorite, and I just want him to get stuff. But so far my luck has definitely not been holding up as much as it has been on some of the other banners I've summoned on recently. But we'll see. I always say your luck can change at any time, so that could turn around any moment. I could suddenly get a circle of all reds and have them all be Marianne's and Daggers. You never know. Let's see, got our smoke. Ooh, Lucina! Yeah, this is my second Lucina that I've ever summoned. Like, her base version. I've summoned some of her alts, but I summoned her for the first time, like, maybe like about a year ago. After playing the game since launch. Like, it took me so long to summon a copy of Lucina. Which I think is kind of wild, since obviously she's a day one hero. Okay, Ash is green. Yeah, he's gonna be my alt pick. Sorry if I sound like tired or out of it at all while I'm summoning just now. That brings me to one of the other topics I was going to discuss, which is why I have not been making a lot of videos recently. Which is, I think I said in my last video when I was summoning on the Brave banner that I actually just started a new job. And it's great and I'm really happy with it and I'm like so glad that I got this job. I keep summoning Laszlo instead of Inigo. I love you, Laszlo, but please ask Inigo to show up. But I'm really happy about the new job and it's been great in a lot of different ways and, you know, I'm very happy with it. But at the same time, it's been a big adjustment. It's going to continue to be a big adjustment. I'm very busy and a lot of times when I come home, I'm just so tired that I don't really want to do much that involves a lot of thinking right now. And that won't be forever. Like, I just need to, like, I need to get into the role more. But it takes time. I think I've mentioned once or twice now that I'm an educator, and like your first year in a new position is always like a big adjustment. So this year I might be a little bit less productive on YouTube. I'm still working on stuff, like I'm not giving up. There will be more things coming out. It's just gonna be a little bit slower. But I appreciate your patience with me if you're willing to like bear with me and hang in there, you know. I do have some stuff on the way. And there's another reason why I've been not posting as much, and that's because since I'm like kind of tired when I come home and haven't really wanted to work on anything super productive or something I have to think about too much, most of what I've been doing, pretty much since like the start of the school year, I love you, Laszlo, but please ask Inigo to show up. Anyway, sorry. What was I saying? Oh yeah, pretty much like since the start of September, I have been obsessively playing Persona 5, which I have never played before. I've never played a Persona game before. Technically, I played a little bit of Persona 3 back in college, and I would watch my roommate play it sometimes. It was like her copy of the game, and I would just kind of watch her play it. But this is my first time like really playing through a Persona game. And the main reason I picked up Persona 5 is because I love like the Phantom Thief aesthetic. Just the look of it in general, like long before Persona 5 came out, I was a fan of that look. Like, I'm a pretty big Detective Conan fan. And the Kaito Kid has a similar kind of look. A little different, but still like that Phantom Thief, Gentleman Thief kind of thing. And I really love it. So the aesthetics of the game was actually the thing that drew me in. And then one of my friends got it for me for my birthday back in May, so I finally got around to picking it up. And I just love it. I think it's really, really fun. I've been super hooked into it. I think I'm getting close to the end. It's the Royal version. I'm over 100 hours into the game. Like, I'm not at the very end. I think there's still a decent bit more to go, but like the end is in sight at least. I'm not sure how many more dungeons I have, but like I'm definitely a good way through. So that's what I've been doing with a lot of my time. And I love it. And I'm looking forward to when I finish the game so that I can go back to doing like more other things with my time. My goal is to hopefully finish the game by the end of October. That would be great. Wow, my luck is really not showing up tonight. I was really hoping that I would actually pick up, like, several copies of Marianne and Dagr. I think Marianne is slightly higher priority, but I will gladly take as many copies of Dagr as possible, too. Oh! I actually just pulled one of her the other day. Like, I think over the weekend or something. Pretty recently. So now I've got another copy of Severa, which is cool. I don't have her Resplendent version, but it's funny just how much her, or Selena's Resplendent version looks so much like Severa. But yeah, I've been so hooked on Ace Attorney that I haven't even, Ace Attorney. I've been so hooked on Persona 5 that I haven't even picked up the re-release of Ace Attorney Investigations yet. Which I will. That'll probably be the next thing that I play after I finish Persona. And I've played them before in the past, that's why it's not like a super high priority thing, because like I'm already pretty familiar with the game. Is this the 4th Laszlo I've summoned? Alright. Yeah, I think we're gonna end up going to the 2nd Spark at this rate. But thankfully I have plenty of orbs, so it's not a problem. Okay, so we're gonna take Marianne as our first Spark choice. Is it 2 ends or 1 end? I'll see in a second. It's 2 ends. Okay. It is funny that she has Blue Tang, but she's a tome user. But it makes sense since it is like a magic sword and does magic damage. Nice.
I shall do my best to not let anyone down, especially you.
Nice. Yeah, I like her art a lot. She looks really cool. And she's definitely like such a popular character. I had been thinking, like, going into, like, waiting for the next 3 Houses banner. I was assuming that the next attuned or rearmed or, you know, whatever hero would be either Marianne, Lysithea, Edelgard, or Claude. Like, those were my guesses. It does make one wonder what the next armored unit will be as a rearm, because I don't think we've gotten many of them. It might just be like the Grima rearmed version that we got. It's like technically female Robin, but it's Grima. I think that's the only armored one we've gotten. Could be Hector, if we do end up getting an Ostia banner. Then again, I don't know if they'd put Hector on the same banner with like Uther and Oswin if it was like a very Ostia themed banner, just because that'd be a lot of armors on one banner, but I don't know. They could. Alright, hopefully on this 2nd Spark journey, we will hopefully have a little bit better luck and pull at least one Marianne or Dagr. I've only got 2 scan bubbles so far. Okay. Speaking of Lilina, I'm thinking that I might pick up her legendary version on the upcoming Formisol, or Hall of Forms. I do already have her. In fact, I think I have a couple merges on her, but she's still using her base kit, and I do use her sometimes, like for limited battles. So it'd be nice to get like a really strong kit on her. I'm like gradually, a little bit at a time, working on like some of the games that I struggle with more on limited battles, because I really like the concept of limited battles. I think it'd be nice to have more game modes that kind of like simultaneously limit which heroes we can use while also requiring more heroes. Because like I'm a huge fan of Blazing Blade. And I like building Blazing Blade characters, but at the same time, I don't really need to build more because I have the ones that I have already very invested and I keep them updated with new skills as they come out. Yes! Alright, we are officially just 1 away. Woo! Let me update my counter. Gosh, this almost never happens on screen. Nice. Oh, how did that get moved over like that? Oh, because it's... Hang on. Give me a second to move this over a little bit. Okay. There we go. Nice. I am officially 1 Inigo away from having him at +10. Who knows? Maybe it'll happen today. That would be awesome. I would be so happy. Okay. I guess Laszlo finally got a hold of him. Oh, I keep getting these circles that have a whole bunch of redstones. Okay. See, even when I don't get smoke, I still think to myself it could be Inigo. So it's just all good times all around right now. It'd be really nice to pick up that last copy of Inigo, because then I would have gotten him to 2+10 within the span of a year. Which is just one of those things that would feel kind of nice. And I've been pulling on reds, like, pretty much every week for things like the weekly revival banners and a lot of the other random banners that we get. Just hoping to pick up random Inigos. Alright. Okay, we'll go for green. Okay. Oh my. Definitely not feeling the luck today, you know? I feel like I have not pulled a whole lot of Dorothy's. Oh, come on! Alright. I'm obviously pulling colorless because I would rather not pull a 5-star because I would rather receive my pity rate for the redstones. Okay. So, gosh, what else has been going on besides me just being obsessed with Persona 5 and adjusting to the new job? I think, what are some of the other heroes that I've updated recently? Oh, I did a big update on... I recently got... Gosh, like, no redstones. I recently pulled the last copy that I needed of base Lewin to get him to +10. So he's +10 now, and I had given him an updated build a little while ago. So I decided to celebrate by updating my Crusader Lewin, who was already +10 but had like a very old build at this point. So I gave him rearmed Plumeria's kit, basically. The big thing I still need for him now is... Gosh, where are the redstones? The big thing I need for him still is Flare, and then he's pretty much all set, but other than that, he's in pretty good shape, which was fun. Like, I don't know how I feel about aided heroes exactly. Like, they seem kind of underwhelming in comparison to attuned and rearmed heroes. But where was I going with that? I had a point I was going to make, but I don't remember what it was. Sorry. does make me sad about Ascended Heroes, because I like Ascended Heroes and we already get them so infrequently. And I just have a feeling we're not going to see very many of them going forward. I almost wonder if Aided Heroes were kind of meant to replace them. Maybe they'll give us some other way to get Ascended Florets. I know it's not looking good, but like I always say, your luck can change at any time. So I could suddenly just turn around and get a whole bunch of Mariannes and Daggers in these last few pulls before the second spark. Luck is weird like that. So that's why I don't typically get too upset when I'm summoning, but also my huge orb pile helps too. Oh! Hey, Ford! Cool. I'm Ford, a Knight of Renee in support of Prince Ephraim. Try not to be too uptight now, okay? Cool. Ford's a character I like, so I'm fine with that. And that does give me full scan bubbles now, so who knows? What? What? Oh my gosh, what is this? Talk about weird. Oh, that's so bizarre. I know it's happened before, like I'm not the first person this has happened to, but that is so weird. Okay, well, all right. Oh gosh. Okay, we'll go for this, because okay, yeah. Since we have no focus on hero, we can't get Pity Broken. Okay. Come on, give me a bunch of reds. No! Okay, we'll take that. Man, that was so bizarre. This is why I'm always a little scared to summon on banners that don't have a spark. Seeing as I do not have Fate Pass, so that's a lot of banners for me that don't have a spark. Gosh, it's amazing how fast orbs go. You know, you think you have like so many orbs, but they really do go fast when you're summoning. Sophia's another one I've been pulling a lot as this has been going on. But yeah, my luck has been so good recently that it's feels like it's kind of about time that it dried up a little bit. I would still love to get at least one more copy of Marianne. We got smoke, so it's possible. Okay. Wow, I haven't had this bad of luck on a banner in quite a while, which, like I said, I've been building up for it. It's been a long time coming. I've had so much good luck on recent banners that, you know, it's about time. But it's not over yet. We still have a few more summons. Okay. Oh, just for a second I thought that was Marianne. I feel like her hairstyle is like a little similar to Athena's. Alright, Olivia, I asked Laszlo to ask Inigo to show up, but could you ask Inigo to show up? Maybe he'll listen to you, since you're his mother. Okay, just a couple more pulls. Come on, show me the reds. Okay. Clutch Marianne? No. Alright, last chance for a Clutch Marianne. And it's not. Inigo? No. Yet another stall. Oh well. Wow. What a session. Alright, so we are gonna take our dagger. And then that's gonna be it. And Matthew will be getting a little bird buddy, because I didn't pull for Reagan, so like I don't have any Ada charms yet, so this will be it. Alrighties. Wow, her silhouette is just so huge. Alright, nice. Cool. Alright. Well, I guess that's it. Oh, I should probably put dagger on the summoning board. Is it spelled like that? Yes, it is. Okay. Alright. Well, this was a bit of an underwhelming session, all things considered. I still got what I needed, thanks to the sparks, but all in all, it could have been better. The Ford thing was really strange, but, you know, c'est la vie. So, as always, thank you so much for joining me. Take care, hope you enjoyed watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please feel free to leave a like or subscribe. Otherwise, have a wonderful day, take care, and Gemini out.